Hello guys, this is InfoRx. We are the tech experts. If you need tech-related information, subscribe our channel and click the bell button. Follow our social media pages. Okay, let's go to the topic. OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G. OnePlus has launched its latest budget smartphone, the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G, in India. Priced starting at 19,999 rupees, it features significant upgrades like an AMOLED display and a 5,500 mAh battery, available in 3 vibrant colors. OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G is now available for sale. It comes at a price of 19,999 rupees. Launch offers include 1,000 rupees discount on ICICI Bank. The newly launched OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G is now available for sale in India. This new budget smartphone comes in a boxy design and is available in vibrant color options while maintaining the minimalistic aesthetics that OnePlus is known for. With significant hardware upgrades, including an AMOLED display and a larger 5,500 mAh battery, the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G stands out in its category. OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G specifications. The OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G features a sleek, boxy design with a height of 16.9 centimeters and a lightweight build of 191 grams, making it comfortable to hold and use. The smartphone is equipped with a 6.6-inch 120Hz AMOLED panel, delivering a resolution of 1080 by 2400 pixels and a pixel density of 394 ppi. This high-quality display supports a 20:9 aspect ratio and includes a high brightness mode at 1200 nits, with peak brightness reaching up to 2100 nits, ensuring clear visibility even in bright outdoor conditions. Under the hood, the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 5G chipset, which provides robust performance for everyday tasks and moderate gaming. Paired with 8 GB of LPDDR4X RAM, the device ensures smooth multitasking and efficient operation. Storage options include 128 GB and 256 GB of UFS 2.2 storage, providing ample space for apps, photos, and media. The smartphone runs on Oxygenos 14.0. based on Android 14, and is expected to receive 2 years of Android updates and 3 years of security updates, ensuring longevity and up-to-date features. Camera capabilities are a standout feature of the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G. The device is equipped with a 50-megapixel main rear camera featuring a Sony LYT600 sensor, which supports both CAF and PDAF autofocus systems. The camera also includes optical image stabilization (OIS) and electronic image stabilization (AIS), enabling high-quality photos and videos even in challenging conditions. The dual camera setup is complemented by a 2-megapixel depth assist camera for enhanced portrait shots. On the front, the device boasts a 16-megapixel camera with EIS support, perfect for capturing sharp selfies and engaging in clear video calls. The battery life of the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G is another highlight, featuring a 5,500 mAh battery that supports 8OW SuperVOOC fast charging. This ensures that the device can be quickly charged and provide long-lasting performance throughout the day. For connectivity, the smartphone includes Wi-Fi 5 with support for WLAN2, 4G and 5.1G. along with Bluetooth 5.1. Security features include an in-display fingerprint sensor and face unlock capabilities, offering users multiple options for securing their device. Additionally, the phone has an IP54 rating, providing resistance against dust and water splashes, enhancing its durability in various environments. Display, hardware, and design. The OnePlus Nord CE4 5G sports a 6.67-inch 1080 by 2400 pixels Full HD Plus curved AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate. The display is bright since it has up to 2100 nits peak brightness. It offers good color, and the sunlight legibility is good as well. You can select from vivid and natural screen color modes. There is Aqua Touch that uses Hyperdic algorithm for even smoother touch experience even when the hands are wet. The phone has a tiny punch hole that houses a 16-megapixel camera. Above the display, there is an earpiece on the top edge that doubles up as a secondary speaker. It has an in-display fingerprint scanner. Coming to button placements, the power button is present on the right along with volume rockers. The dual SIM slot with a hybrid SIM slot is present on the left. The 3.5mm audio jack, primary microphone, USB Type-C port, and the loudspeaker grill are present on the bottom. The secondary microphone and vent for speaker are present on the bottom. It has a plastic frame. The super silver color that we have has a mirror-like metallic gradient transitions along the sides, creating fluid angles and captivating diffuse reflections according to the company. It also comes in mega blue color that is eye-catching and unique, drawing inspiration from the legendary video game icon Mega Man. There is also India-exclusive ultra orange color that has a pinkish, metallic hue. Even though the plastic back looks glossy, the fingerprints are not noticeable. With a 5,500 mAh battery, it still weighs 191 grams. Camera 50MP rear camera with 1/195th of a Sony LYT600 sensor. f1.8 aperture, OIS2MP depth sensor with f2.4 aperture, LED flash 16MP front-facing camera. With f2.4 aperture, the camera UI in the Oxygenos 14 is familiar. There is Pro mode, panorama, slow-mo, time-lapse, dual-view video, and text scanner. The rear camera offers 12.5MP output after pixel binning, and the front camera images are 16MP in size. Daylight shots came out well, thanks to the 50MP sensor, and the dynamic range is better with auto HDR. 2x is good, but as you zoom in you lose details even though you get up to 2x zoom. The portrait mode offers a good edge detection, thanks to the 2MP depth sensor. The colors are natural, but I felt the IMX890 did a slightly better job in the low light. The night mode is useful, but it takes a few seconds to process. There is also a tripod mode. The 16MP front camera also does a decent job in daylight, but doesn't do much in low light. The bokeh shots are good, and the edge detection is decent. It can record videos in up to 1080p 30fps with front and rear cameras, with a restriction to the SoC. There is OIS and EIS, which does decent job, but there is no dedicated ultra-steady mode. Software, UI, and apps. It runs Android 14-based Oxygenos 14 out. Of the box, it has Android security patch for May 2024. The phone will get 2 Android updates and 3 years of security updates similar to older CE series phones. Oxygenos 14 has several features. The Smart Cutout feature is also able to accurately recognize and extract the subject from complex backgrounds or background that shares a similar color scheme with the subject or in group photos. Apart from the usual set of OnePlus apps and Google apps, it comes with several preloaded apps such as Facebook, Netflix, Agoda, LinkedIn, Bubble Pop, Word Connect, TileMatch, Mintra, and Microsoft 365. These apps can be uninstalled, but come back once the phone is reset. Out of 8GB LPDD for XRAM, you get 7.3GB of usable RAM, and about 3GB of RAM is free when default apps are running in the background. It also has DRE, or Dynamic RAM Expansion feature, which uses the built-in storage as RAM. This has up to 8GB of additional RAM expansion. Out of 256GB UFS 2.2 storage, you get about 223.3GB of free storage. Fingerprint sensor and face unlock. It has an in-display fingerprint sensor that unlocks the phone quickly, but it is not as fast as a physical fingerprint sensor. You can add up to 5 fingerprints. You can also use the fingerprint for app local and payments in apps. Furthermore, you can change the fingerprint animation and also disable it, and also enable quick launch option to launch apps directly from the lock screen by holding the fingerprint. The phone also has face unlock feature. Music and multimedia. YouTube Music is the default music player. It has a reality audio and has customizable smart, movie, game, and music modes, but doesn't have Dolby Atmos. It doesn't have FM radio support. Audio through the stereo speakers is good without any distortion even in full volume. Audio through earphones with 3.5mm audio jack is good as well. This has wide vinyl one so that you can play HD content on Netflix and other streaming apps. DRM Info app shows that it has HDR, but HDR doesn't work on YouTube or Netflix. Dual SIM and connectivity. The OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite has support for N1/3, 5, 8, 28, 40, 41, 77, 78 network bands in India. It has 4G Wi-Fi and Volt, with support for carrier aggregation on 4G. Other connectivity options include Wi-Fi 5 800 to 0.11 AC 2.4 GHz plus 5 GHz, Bluetooth 5.1, GPS, GLONASS Albedo. It has OTG support but lacks NFC support. It comes in 3 colors: Mega Blue, which I have here, Ultra Orange, and Super Silver. I swear I can make someone blind with this color variant. It looks very loud and glossy. The back panel also catches a lot of fingerprints that don't look good after a time. The in-hand feel of the Nord CE4 Lite is decent. It's not so heavy, weighs only 191 grams, but it is slightly thick. The thickness of the smartphones measures 8.1 millimeters. I really liked the buttons' quality as they are properly intact and don't wobble a lot. Furthermore, you get an in-display fingerprint sensor that is slightly slower than the capacitive lock screen sensor, but not so much that it would bother you. Lastly, you get a 3.5mm jack, Type-C port, and stereo speaker setup, but no Dolby Atmos and infrared sensor. Display is one major upgrade coming to its display. I must say that OnePlus has really upgraded the display. The OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G had an IPS LCD display. And now the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G has a 6.6-inch AMOLED display that comes with up to 120 Hz refresh rate support. You also get an option to switch it to 60 Hz as well. OnePlus claims up to 2100 nits of peak brightness, which is for HDR video playback on certain parts of the screen. We recorded a peak brightness of 1028 nits on high brightness mode, which is also a good number for a budget phone. In fact, the Nord CE4 Lite had only 535 nits according to our testing. The display colors are fine and the display is also quite vibrant, so much that I feel it's more than you need. For some, it's a con. For some, it's a good thing. Let's leave it like this only. The OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G has an FHD Plus display, offers good details, and is also quite sharp. Overall, if you watch too many movies and shows, the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G could be a good content consumption phone. OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G could have done better with the latest chipset. The OnePlus Nord CE2 Lite had a pretty mediocre performance, and the same goes for the OnePlus Nord CE3 Lite. I have to say it's the same story for the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 2. Yeah, it would have been great if OnePlus had used the latest processors like the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 or 6 South Gen 3, but the Snapdragon 695 5G gets the job done. The OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite can be a solid phone for everyday use. Whether you're scrolling through Instagram, texting a lot, or just need a phone for calls, the Nord CE4 Lite handles all these tasks well. The CPU throttling test was also decent for a budget phone, hitting up to 86% of its peak performance. However, its direct competitor, the iQOO-Z9, performs better than the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G. According to our testing, it is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7205G processor. Here's the benchmark comparison. I also did some gaming on the Nord CE4 Lite with high graphics settings. Surprisingly, the overall gameplay was smooth, but there was a minor lag. It didn't just happen during gaming, but sometimes while using the phone too. Basically, for your daily needs, the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite is a great phone, but its old processor might start to bother you after a while. Coming to its OS, the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G runs on the latest Exynos 14 based on Android 14. This UI looks really pretty, but sadly, it is bloatware. It comes with 12 to 13 preloaded apps that you can remove, and that's the only thing stopping me from loving it. OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G is not a camera phone. The OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G features a dual camera setup with a 50-megapixel Sony LYT600 primary sensor and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. For selfies and video calls, it has a 16-megapixel sensor. I have mixed feelings about the camera. At first, I thought the low-light photography was bad, but then it clicked some really good low-light pictures. The daylight pictures are decent too. It captures good details but adds a warmish hue, which I personally don't like, and battery is another major upgrade. The OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite has a 5500 mAh battery with 80-watt fast charging. We tested it by playing Call of Duty, watching high-quality videos, and general use. It used 5% battery in 1 hour of GPS and 15 minutes of COD and 3% in 30 minutes of high-quality video. I also charged it from 0 to 100% and it took 70 minutes for that. And finally, so that's what the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G was all about. To sum it up, you get a bright display on it, it has a good enough battery and performance, but the design isn't the best. If you're someone who watches a lot of content, then this phone can be your weapon of choice thanks to its bright and detailed display and long-lasting battery. As for gaming, it isn't bad either, but could have been better. Lastly, the camera works okay in daylight, but honestly, I will not choose it for its cameras. Thanks for watching this video. For more information, touch with us, comment your opinions about this video.